4. The 5-year plan. Setting up a timely plan is quintessential to getting out of the rat race and engineering work you truly love. Your 5-year plan should consist of the actionable steps that lead to accomplishing your overall vision. It's concise, time manageable, and realistic. Keep in mind, given that your vision is as full and ambitious as it should be, achieving everything in 5 years might not be guaranteed. However, the important factor here is that the turbulence and momentum you created from going full speed on achieving these milestones will get you further along the path than if you didn't have a well laid out plan. Create actionable steps. Identify the critical things you must do to get where you want to be. Laying out a physical roadmap on paper might be helpful to organize your thoughts around your vision. The first step might be to optimize your skill sets and develop a source of passive income so you can focus on your true craft and passion. Year 1, broken down into manageable increments, might look like this. Identify what you truly love to do, what makes you unique, and your vision. Reduce survival costs and use extra time and energy to focus on skill sets. Identify a skill set that can be repurposed and create different income streams/paths from it. Spend 6 months mastering your craft and also start acquiring clients and a stellar reputation. Set up a plan to start outsourcing your daily tasks so you can focus on expanding the company. Build off existing work models or readapt them. Once you start acquiring more clients and can afford to offset some of your tasks, you should make a detailed plan for building a robust internal infrastructure. Training a competent team of project managers to organize technical tasks and employees will decrease the amount of energy you need to personally expend on managing the day-to-day workflow. Finding the right people can be nothing short of brutal, but once you get there, it will be well worth the initial trouble. Remember, once you can subtract yourself from the maintenance tasks and focus on your unique skills, your company will undoubtedly expand and become more valuable. Create reusable training guides that your team can easily follow, and spend time finding the perfect work system that can help organize your team. This is crucial, especially if your company is completely remote. And don't be afraid of tearing down and rebuilding if it will lead to better results or outcomes for your company. I initially experimented with ClickUp for the company work system, but after a few months it was clear to me it wasn't completely right for the team. I switched over to Notion, and since then, it has contributed greatly to outgrowing a team of 27 people. Remove yourself from the equation. Once you have a proper system going, you can move on to growing the company or developing other streams. Like your skill sets, you should always diversify your services to meet the demands of the changing environment. Strategy, development, and networking should be at the forefront of your attention, not maintenance duties. Back to the social media example, do you notice how tech companies are always tweaking their services or interfaces to better appeal to the public? People are constantly looking for the next and better trend, and it's easier than ever for an idea to go viral on the internet. In the past 2 years, we've witnessed a trend towards owning digital assets like Bitcoin and NFTs. As a consequence of this, a rise in cryptocurrency-related companies and marketplaces have arisen and is even traded publicly. My point here is, you cannot let yourself get complacent. Your energy needed to be allocated for a significant portion of the time, building on new ideas, strategies, and expanding your team and roles as needed. I started only doing web design, and now I manage companies dedicated to news and current events, search engine optimization, and cloud computing. I was able to grow these operations from the skill sets I had and the networks I acquired through building my early day operations. Learning to build teams correctly helps me monumentally in building and scaling other companies. Getting to know what clients need helped me identify other services I could create that would come high in demand. For example, public figures need a good, reputable website. They also need technical implementation to get their rankings to the highest. Potentially, they might even want to publish their own books. This is why I've set up interconnected systems that can optimize these separated tasks. Conclusion. Think of this as the blueprint from leaving the 9 to 5. Many of us desire to do the things we love to do, instead of having to do. But getting started on the path can be confusing and scary. I wrote this book to help you reframe your mindset, establish a vision, and implement the necessary steps to achieve the life you always wanted. Having a job might satisfy your temporary desire for stability, but in the long run, might cost you from achieving your true and fullest potential. After you spend some time scoping out what it is that you truly love to do, establish a game plan to achieve doing that for life. Once you have the proper structures in place, it shouldn't even be a question of whether you should transition out of your current job or not. The beginning stages are most likely the hardest. It might take some time before your ideas start gaining the kind of traction or success you want. But remember, Every tiny step forward is a calibrated step closer to your vision. And the lessons you learn from applying yourself diligently to your goals will be instrumental to how you proceed in the future. Through all the growing pains and rebuilds, I learned an incredible deal about how to allocate my time between different kinds of tasks, how to build remote teams, and how to develop long-term relationships with clients and partners. The truth is, the thirst you gain from pushing forward will never end. Once you get started, you are bound to want more, create more, seeing the opportunities for things greater out there. The key is to always stay hungry for the things that seem out of reach. Once you've grabbed what had seemed out of reach enough times, you will gain more confidence in your own capability to set wider and wilder milestones. It's about building the confidence to go all the way without burning out. Let this be the beginning of creating your ticket out of the 9 to 5. The power is within your mind to achieve any vision you set out to have.